like ability. And what is the main objective of performance analysis? Is to determine facilitating factors to meet the performance standards. To meet the performance standards regarding key productivity analysis. So and other factors also with job related tasks. And if you think what are the facilitating factors? Facilitating factors are individual knowledge, their ability, and the clarity of policy, and how the support is be given for the by the boss, and what are the training performance enhancements are there. So these are the facilitating factors are determined for the employee course of action. And one more thing, it is also deals with the identifying hindering factors. Hindering factors means lack of clarity in guidelines. For example, I'll give you, in a company, the supervisor or the employer, the necessary instructions are not given to the subordinate or the employee at their working condition, which the task was given. If there is no clarity and everything goes misleading with the activities, and their abilities will not be determined to develop their functions. So here, what is the problem? What is the hindering here? Sometimes this boss or supervisor always have a ego factor. So there is a difficulty in communicating with the employees or subordinates. So these has to be undertaken regarding about the hindering factors. This should not be there. Otherwise, that there is no performance is evaluated. It goes everything miscommunication and misleading the factors. So there is no healthy environment at the working condition. And third one, to understand what are the controllable factors, how the factors are controlled in an organization. So these can be controlled through frequent training conducted to the develop ability to communicate, or through the interpersonal relationship to deal with the subordinates is in the control of operator. So here, a change in production technology is outside the control of the upright. So here you can control. If there is a change in production technology outside, you have to control the uprising. So necessary training has to be given to compete with the technology, present technology. We have many examples, like before and all, we used to correct the papers and submit the marks. Now everything on the online. To operate the online computer device, we need to have in the beginning a training. If the training is not given to the faculty, and everything goes misleading. So that is the reason the supervisor or the organization has to be given necessary training whether he is capable or not. So you have to control according to the outside environment, how the environmental factors changes now and then. So based on that outside environmental factors, you have to do necessary controlling factors at your working place. Then another factor is to determine development needs. That means additional knowledge has to be given and skill to be acquired with the positive attitude. That means you can determine productivity and you achieve your goals, and therefore you can show their performance regarding about this development needs. These are the developments, how your additional knowledge is provided, how the skill and abilities, capabilities are to be acquired with the positive attitude, how you are determining the productivity, and how you are achieving goals, etc. All are required to show their performance. If the performance is not shown, so there are no development needs in the organization. And lastly, to gain the interpersonal understanding brings a better understanding of the extent of efforts needed to meet their expectations. So this is possible only by the interpersonal relationship and understanding between the supervisor, subordinates, as well with the employee. So to gain interpersonal understanding, you have to meet, and it is needed for their expectation. And what are the benefits of performance analysis? Here, if you think in short, the benefits help in understanding the achievement of the appraisee. That means, example, I'll tell you, a failure enables appraisee to self-evaluate it. That means controllable defects. Helps in understanding the achievement of the appraisee. Here, the failures enables appraisee to self-evaluate or controllable defects, where he has to do the self-evaluation, whether he is developed his skill, whether he is developed his knowledge, whether he is acquired with the positive attitude or not, whether he received productivity goals or not, whether he is required to show the performance in any organization. So these are the benefits where you are identification of your failures, how to controllable your defects. So this is what we are, a discussion is reviewed. Like after going through all the components, elements, what is the important, how the analysis have done, how you are determined, and how you are going to deal with the analysis. So after that, the final is performance review discussion. In short, they are called PRD. What do you mean by PRD? PRD is substitute name for performance. That means performance review discussion. So it is a substitute name for performance counseling, which was used earlier. Now it is encompasses discussion between the appraisee and the appraiser. What is the main objective of this? To make the greater. That means the main objective is augmenting. What do you mean by augmenting? To make greater. Something great you have to make. So the main object is augmenting performance of the appraiser and the appraisee. And how he is enhancing the performance of appraisee. Now, how this is held, how this is provided by the manager to his subordinates, in analyzing their performance and other job behavior in order to increase their job effectiveness. Not only that, PRD also helps in correcting plant performance and errors in the mid-course, like monitor or encourage progress and keep work on the track for strengthening and relationship between the appraiser and the appraised. So like your meetings are also conducted. In meeting, it involves a review of progress on tasks and activities in relation to employees' performance plan, developing, initiating, and identifying the variances in terms of delays, etc. So what is the main objective of PRT? It actualizes potential, and by leveraging his strength of the employee to understand better environment and facilitating inherent factors and how this interpersonal relationship between both appraiser and the appraisee and how they are sharing and how they are discussing the problems, etc. So these are the main objectives of PRD. So in this PRD, we have stages like 1, 2, 3, 4. In the stage 1, we are preparing one set of question and answer. Both appraiser and the appraisee will be interacting each other. They are clearing their doubts, their errors, their problem sharing and solving, and creating a physical environment. So these are the set of activities done between these both. And second one, rapport. Rapport means mutual opinions, how smooth communication and assurance resolving the hurdles in the performance. And third stage we study under the PRD is the process of identifying problems that hinder effective performance, arrive a mutual agreeable course of action for enhancing the performance and making employee to assume all activities. And fourth one is the action. This action stage clarify on action plan agreed, again appreciation for the healthy discussion. So these are the stages studied under the PRD, which is very, very, very strengthened for both appraisee and the appraisal for the better environment by leveraging their strength. So this is what we study under the stages in PRD. What is PRD? PRD is performance review discussion. So here in the review, it is clearly mentioned everything about from the beginning to end, how you are facilitating between the smooth functioning and creating a physical environment and healthy environment between appraiser and the appraiser. So now coming to the small summary, like if mutual opinions and smooth communication and assurance resolving hurdles are, are, are created in the performance. That means it is the process of identifying the problems that hinder effective programs, arrive a mutual agreeable course of action for enhancing the performance and making the employee to assure all activities. So clarity on the action plan agreed, and again appreciate for the healthy discussion. So this is what we study under the stages of PRD, that performance review discussion, how it is taken place. Now, last point is employee productivity. What do you mean by productivity? Productivity in any organization in general term is known as output. So to understand the output, that means the ratio between a measure of output and a measure of input. In two ways we have to calculate it. For example, that is, output can be increased without varying the input, or input can be decreased without varying output, thereby decrease the cost of resource. Like, what are the inputs? Inputs are people, land, building, machinery, energy, etc., etc. That means it's pertaining to only the person. Now, what are output? Output are goods and services are sold to customers. Therefore, the output you get from any particular input is the productivity of that output. Is it clear? Now, what is the importance of productivity? The importance of the productivity is a measure of efficiency with which employees do their work. It is a tool useful in checking, evaluating the performance of any unit, such as an employee, equipment, team, department, division, organization, industry, and national economy. It helps in making comparison of the effectiveness at work. Not only that, it also helps the company in ongoing competitive advantage, the mutual agreement. So these are the importance of the productivity. Now coming to the, what are the factors affecting productivity? There are certain factors like wages and financial incentives. See here, wages should be adequate to meet their requirement. Whose requirement? Employees' requirement. We should see that adequate requirement are given to the employees in the organization. And job security has to be there among the employees. When once he is employed in the factory, he should not have the dilemma whether the job is there or not, or he is removed from the organization. So he has to dedicate his services to the organization with so much of potential knowledge, you have to work with your system. So this is what it creates a healthy environment by giving their incentives when the work was done with a greater effort, and bonus has to be given yearly when the company gains, and the leaves has to be given to the employees. Work frustration should not be there. Frustration should not be there, and you have to see all the facilities given to the employees are not. Hygienic point of view also you have to think. So there are the necessary factors how affecting employee productivity. If anything goes, our productivity will not be reached our goal in any organization. So employee productivity is nothing but how the employee are producing through their efficiency. So now how to improve? That means what are the advantages of employee productivity? The employee productivity is to improve working efficiency. They focus mainly on the working efficiency and reduce production cost. And it should procedure like benchmark production process. That means if the leading players in the market should structure the competency and assessment of living standards. So these are the different advantages for the employee productivity to improve working efficiency, reduce production cost. It should be a benchmark production process and assessment of living standard. So these are the advantages of employee productivity. Again, this productivity measurement issues are there and how they are measured. They are measured in physical units. Employee productivity is measured in physical units, in numbers, meters, liters, etc. In monetary terms, it's like price, profit, cost, etc. So both the ways you can measure in the liter, meter, etc. and the price, profit, and cost. So measurement depends on the requirement of the organization, whether they want to follow digital into like what are the issues are facing. So issues are different from one industry to industry. Like issue can be anything. Software firm output is software firms output is coding programs. In quantitative dimension, measurement is easy, whereas quality is cumbersome. So these are about the issues faced in the environment of the organization and how quality is, what are the labor effects, how the labor effects cannot be measured. So these are the issues faced by the management during the Now, another one, last point, what is performance audit? So, performance analysis has three units. What are they? Performance analysis, employee productivity, and last one is performance audit. So to study analysis of performance, which includes all these three units, subunits like performance analysis, employee productivity, and performance audit. What do you mean by audit? What do you mean by audit? A examination of records in any firm or any organization or entrepreneur. Auditing has been done at the end of the year. So why it is necessary? What is performance audit? In short, in simple language, to know about the performance audit is an independent, objective, and reliable examination of whether public sector undertaking systems, operations, programs, activities of organizations are reoperating in accordance with the principles of economy. So these are the main points for performance audit. So there are certain audits like external audit, internal audit, and internal audit. Now, this performance audit has two perspectives. You can study under the macro level and the micro level. You all know what is macro level and the micro level, large and the small. So first one will take macro level is to refer to the examination of government activity and how the organizational activities are carried out. And what is the basic objective of performance audit? Its economy, its efficiency, its effectiveness. So these are studied under the performance audit. Now, what are the elements of audit report? The audit report contemplates, which includes some elements. What are they? A report title, a introductory, a paragraph, a scope paragraph, executive summary, opinion paragraph, auditor's name, and auditor's signature. So these are the elements of the audit report. Now, in other words, what is the difference between audit and the performance audit? Performance audit focuses on problems and process of identification of its causes. And what is the audit? Audit in a financial audit, it's more on figures and wherein performance audit is more on the people and on the resource. So in general, audit is only pertaining to the only on the specific. It is only focuses only on the financial, how a specific problem is related, how attention is given more on the figures, wherein performance audit, the attention is more on the people and the other sources. So this is regarding about the performance report. Is in simple term is a document that a company creates to define and measure its overall success, which provides an overview of how the business is performing. To do this, performance reports mainly collect specific work, performance data, analyze it, and provide suggestions to help in making decisions. This is all about our performance report. Hello? 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 Harshit? Hello?
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, now you are audible. You didn't
Yes.
wish me, Harshit?
Yeah, ma'am.
I think you are the first
Hello.
class to attend the class, I think, na?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, very nice to see you. How many are there in your class?
Ma'am, hardly 6 to 7 members like that, ma'am.
Okay. I think all are busy working people, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you heard about my lecture?
Earlier, I didn't heard, ma'am. This is my first class.
Okay. Now, did you watch my video?
Ma'am, actually, only audio came, ma'am. Right now,
Yeah,
I listen only
that's
audio.
what. We just switched off our video because it is disturbing, no? Then
Yes, yes.
audio was on. Initially, beginning, I'll just, for few minutes, I will switch on video. Then later, I'll mute that one. Then I'll go
Okay.
ahead with the explanation of our syllabus. Today, I have just gone through the block 2 about the analysis of performance.
Yeah,
Did
ma'am.
you note it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, can you tell me few words like what all you not in? I'm not asking you in detail. Like main points you tell me.
In brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Right now, you are discussing about performance and how the audit will happen in an organization, and what are the important points to remember in an audit, like internal audit and external audit.
Yeah.
Coming to the performance, and what are the how the productivity will be affect on the performance of an employees.
Very good. Very
What is meant by productivity?
Yeah.
And
Very
also how appraisal and appraisal, the basic difference.
yeah. Interpersonal relationship should be
Interpersonal
maintained.
relationships.
Yeah.
Yes.
How to determine both in their
Yeah.
yeah, healthy environment they should create
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
at the
Yes,
time.
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah, very good. Harshit, what are you doing?
ma'am. Right now, I am an MTech student, ma'am. It is completing this year.
Okay.
So, parallel, I am doing my MBA also, ma'am.
Oh, very,
Yes, MTech from JNTU University, ma'am.
very good. Very good. Very nice to hear. Very pride profession. Good,
Thank
good.
you.
You stay in Hyderabad?
No, ma'am. Anantapur, ma'am.
Oh, very good. Very nice. Then tomorrow at the same time, we will meet. You'll be
Yeah, sure,
present.
ma'am.
Yeah, you'll
Sure.
present.
Yes, ma'am.
Make others also to be present. So
Okay,
if
ma'am.
anything is there, you can ask me question.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
can, yeah, openly you can ask. You can interact. And my number also with the university. Anything is there, we can
Yes.
discuss in detail later also after the class. I'm ready to help you at any time.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And I think we are very close to the, what is the time now? 5 more minutes,
Yes, sir.
10 minutes is there.
12:30, ma'am. Please.
12:30. Yeah, now 12:19, 28.
Yes.
So 10 minutes will be given to you. If you want to ask me anything, you can.
Right now, I have cleared, ma'am, but I have to again read now after this class.
Yeah, it's very easy. Only the thing you should, in structured way, your performance results in good way. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, our performance, how you prepare in a structured way, in a disciplined manner, with your efficiency, you can outright your work time, isn't it? So it's all related to our individuality. First, you have to assume individuality, then you put yourself in the organization, how to perform your task and how to make interpersonal relationship. So better understanding, healthy environment, and the productivity, how the output. See here, if you go on thinking in detail, automatically, unknowingly, all the points will come up. No
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to open the book also. If you
Uh,
go in a structured way, point by point, you get automatically. So then you can go through with your notes and syllabus, your everything. University is providing very good information
yeah, ma'am.
regarding
Material
about the
also it is having good stuff, ma'am.
good stuff they have. You can make notes also on that in your own words also. You can take side headings also, hints also you can take. Very good information. Then what else?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for this.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Can I leave now, ma'am?
Yeah,
Can I leave, ma'am?
yeah, okay.
Uh,
Okay. Hello? 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 Bye. The class is over. I'm just leaving. See you tomorrow.